Hey everyone, Nathan here again, back to do my weekly NFL predictions. This time doing the week 7 segment for the 2022/23 season. Just to recap real quick, I went 8-6 last week. Started off a little bit slow, but then ended strong for the week. Hopefully, I can try to improve upon that. Though I'd like to do better than just a little above, you know, uh, like 50%. So I'd like to get, we got, I believe, another 14 games set this week. So I'd like to get 10, go 10-4 if I can. It's just 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. Yes. I mean, I'd like to get 10-4 if I can. So anyway, opening up the Thursday night game, New Orleans versus Arizona. Um, New Orleans coming off a late loss uh, against the Bengals. Heading to Arizona. I gotta favor the Arizona in this just because of Kyler Murray. Um, I'm not sure. Um, I just not sure if New Orleans though is um, a complete team. I guess it's just ever since Drew Brees is retired, it's just it's trying to find the next person to take over the realms there, but just doesn't seem like they have that killer instinct. Green Bay versus Washington. I want to take Washington at home. With the way Green Bay's been playing, I'm usually a fan of picking Washington when they're at home, but also just more so just the way Green Bay is just ever since the second half of the New York Giants game, they've just been playing flat. So I got to go with Washington. At least they won last week, and they were able to uh, go to uh, go toe to toe with their opponent, and they're playing competitive ball as of late, as opposed to the Packers. Cleveland versus Baltimore. Cleveland was kind of uh, shut down by the New England Patriots this past week, and now they got to go up against the Baltimore defense. I want to give Baltimore the nod here. I just think uh, I'm going to say Jackson. I don't really believe statistically he had the highest productive week last week, but uh, uh, and they did fall short, but I'm going to say they rebound here and they get this important division win here in this matchup. Tampa Bay versus Carolina. I want to take Tampa Bay here, though I was not impressed with how they performed specifically in the red zone last week. Every time they got really close, they kept like going back in negative yards. That was a game that they should have won. They shouldn't have lost to the Steelers. Um, but there was just no uh, communication. There was no jive, really, so to speak, with the Buccaneers offense. Tom Brady even got into their face. But Carolina, they just recently fired their coach. They're still having problems. So I got to say, this is a game for the Buccaneers to take advantage of, get back on the track of their winning ways. Atlanta versus Cincinnati. I'm just taking Cincinnati here straight, easily. Joe Burrows has been firing on all cylinders lately, and I know I can vouch for that because I have him as my fantasy quarterback. Great game last week. Fought till the end and it got a much needed win for themselves. I like Joe Burrow and the Bengals here. Detroit versus Dallas. Dallas, they got taken, to school by the Eagles, but nonetheless, they're the superior team here, and I think they will contain Jared Goff with their defense and hold them here, and I think they'll get back to winning ways. New York Giants versus Jacksonville. I'm just gonna go with the Giants until they stumble here. I just like the way they've been playing. Hey, you got an unselfish player in Saquon Barkley. He could have scored a touchdown, but he knew, hey, I got the first down conversion. All we need to do now is just kneel the ball. And that's what he did. That's a team player. I think the team rallies around that kind of leadership. So I'm going to go with the Giants here. Indianapolis versus Tennessee. Tennessee coming off a bye week. I'll take the Titans. Indianapolis, three running backs injured now. They're starting back Jonathan Taylor, Hines, and now the guy that they just brought in. His name's escaping me, but they're just getting banged up. Matt Ryan did play well though, and was able to find a lot of his targets, but that's just got to be rough though, just one after another with the running back situation. Tennessee's running back though, King Henry, we'll say he leads the way here for them, the Titans, to get the win. Houston versus Raiders. I'm gonna just take the Raiders by a slight edge. Probably a field goal kicking contest here. It doesn't seem both teams are specifically. very much doing much on the offensive side. Uh, but I'm going to, Daniel Carlson got me 16 fantasy points in 1 week. That's why another reason why I said it's going to be another field goal battle. The Raiders just they've been relying a lot on Carlson, and he's been coming through. But for right now, I just gotta go look at that mindset, and I just see a lot of Houston games were really low scoring. It doesn't seem like they're scoring touchdowns as well. But we'll go with the Raiders here. New York Jets versus Denver. I won't take the Jets. I just think they've been playing better. I mean, they got a big win. I think they're what 3-3, or they have or is it 4-2? Either way, playing good ball, solid ball, specifically because it's the Jets, and you just don't you haven't seen that as lately from them. But we're going to take give the Jets here the nod. I think Wilson's been struggling with the being the quarterback, and I don't think it's been going as the plan as the first part of the season as they hope. Kansas City versus San Francisco, a rematch from two Super Bowls ago. I'm going to give it the nod though to Kansas City and say they bounce back here. I look for a lot of offensive performances from key players on both teams, like uh, Hillier, the running backs for the Chiefs, and then like tight end for George Kittle, Debo Samuel, Ayok, or I forget how you say his name. Just a lot of a lot of I think you'll see a lot of statistics pop up in this game for players, especially those fantasy owners out there. I see this being a good game for any players that you have in this one. We're going to Chiefs. Seattle versus the Chargers. I'm gonna just give the nod to the Chargers. Still not sure what's going on with Keenan Allen, but Austin Eckler has been a workhorse, and he's been leading the way for the Chargers. And got to give them the nod there to them. Pittsburgh versus Miami. A lot of times when teams travel to Miami, uh, it's like they cramp up. The heat gets to them. I'm going to take Miami at home here against Pittsburgh. Plus, their offense, Steeler offense, just isn't there. It's anemic almost at this point. But they did become away with that win last week against the Buccaneers. And finally, Chicago versus New England. I'm actually going to take New England here. They've been playing better and been playing competitively, and that's why Bill Belichick's among one of the greatest coaches of all time in the NFL. So those are my picks for Week 7. Feel free to let me know where you agree or disagree. And with that said, as always, I'm Nam, and always use your noodle.